Introducing a new podcast. Karen Hunter is awesome.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. So check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.
Karen Hunter is awesome. A new podcast from Karen Hunter.
So let's go to Chris in Georgia, which we could get into, but it's irrelevant at this point.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, welcome to the Karen Hunter Show. You're on with Kevin Powell.
Hey, Karen. Hey, Kevin. How are y'all?
Good to hear your voice.
Hey, I just want to start off with, I really wish we'd all just start, knowing that we're all God's children and kind of living in our lives like that instead of like all the division. Let's all try to just all be brothers and sisters and stop,
How do we do that before you, because we wish it too. So where does it start?
Well, it starts with each individual. So,
okay, right.
Yeah. So let me ask you just couple things. Kamala wanted to give.
No. It's Kamala. So we're going to be respectful.
Okay. Well,
can you say her name properly?
Yeah.
Can you?
She wanted to give 10. Yeah. Miss Harris, let's go.
Vice President, let's do it even better. Vice President Harris, what now?
Okay. She wanted to give $10,000 to black men for small businesses.
Okay. That was one of her plans, yeah.
Okay. What in one word, can you describe that?
No, I can't because she didn't get elected, so it's irrelevant.
Well, what I can say, what's the gentleman's name? What's your name?
His name is Chris.
Chris, with all due respect, so you remember we had something called World War II in this country, correct? We are aware of that.
Hold on.
Let me finish. I just want to respond.
No. Okay.
Right? And there was something called a GI Bill that made it possible for soldiers who served in World War II to get college educations, to get homes, etc. And the vast majority of those folks, because of systemic racism, were white brothers. You know what I mean? I don't begrudge that because they served in the military. They should be taken care of. But I also think about the fact that that program was set up and it benefited a certain group of people. Even if they didn't say it, it did. That's just a fact. You can research it for yourself. And what we're not going to do, sir, with all due respect, is to play games with history and the fact that there's been benefits that have benefited one group of people for a long time. And when a small inkling of things come along, America, sir, will be celebrating its 250th birthday, quote unquote, in 2026. The Civil Rights Movement was all of 13 years of those 250 years. Do you realize that? 13 years.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's
13 years.
I got you. So, okay.
So imagine, Chris,
Kevin,
what would the country look like?
Pause for a second. I need to understand, Chris, what's your purpose for calling today?
To just make a few points.
What's at the core? What's at your heart? You feel like there's something that is unfair about this conversation that we're having?
Well, I'm just trying to make a few points.
No, it's not. You don't have the license or the right to make a few points on a show that is researched and people here read and we know things. And it seems very clear that you don't know the things that we know. But instead of coming in with an attitude of let me learn, you're coming in to tell us something that you don't have the authority to tell us because you haven't done enough study. Do you feel you're no, we're not equal here. We're not, and this is the other thing, right? You just because you can talk doesn't mean you should. And a smart person knows when they're out of their depth. You, Chris, are out of your depth to have this conversation. You're not going to make points when you don't have enough study to come on these airwaves talking to millions of people to make a point in your ignorance. I'm going to challenge you to know more or stay tuned. Matter of fact, I'm going to talk to you in the break because I feel like you're here to disrupt. You're here not to engage in a conversation that's actually going to lead us to a place where we can all be better. I feel like you're aggrieved. You haven't done work on yourself and you feel like, something's owed to you, but it's not. It's not owed to you. And if Kamala Harris wanted to give every black person a check, it still wouldn't take over for the 40 acres and a mule that none of us got. Okay. So this conversation that you're having in this aggrieved way in which you feeling that, this somehow is unfair to you. That's not going to be this game today. Not for you. But I do want you to hold on because I want to have a conversation with your humanity. If you have it, if you have any shred of humanity, you'll hold on. And we're going to talk during the break because I'm not going to infect the airwaves with this nonsense. Okay. Is Chris there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So do you listen to this channel on a regular basis? You listen to this show?
So here's what I do, Karen. Let me please talk. It's just
no, Miss Hunter.
So
but no, you're gonna call me. You're gonna have some respect today. I know it's no, you don't. You don't. You're gonna call me Miss Hunter.
Really? Okay,
really?
Miss Hunter. My name.
Okay.
Okay. So all I was saying, what if Trump were to try to give $10,000 to white men starting a business? Now, hold on. Remember, I asked you to say in one word, what do you call that? Mm-hmm. In one word, what do you call that?
America.
Oh, give me a break. That's racist. Is what
it's not. It's not. It's not racist. It is. It is what the way it is. Kevin Powell was just breaking down the New Deal. The New Deal made a middle class in this country, and it excluded farm workers, people who worked on plantations, and people who did domestic work. For 30 years, white folk got set aside for housing, for education, for all that were excluded, that excluded black people. What do you call that?
I'd have to see.
No, you don't know enough. That's the point that I'm making to you, Chris. You don't know enough to have this conversation, and you should at least have enough. You should at least have enough integrity to know that you don't know enough. And go study. You don't, Miss Hunter.
Okay. So, when they talk about white privilege, oh gosh, you hang up on me?
No, I'm listening. Go ahead.
So white privilege. Let's go. Trump's sons.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Will Smith's kids. What you call that? Is that black privilege?
They're not president. They're not in charge of anything. They're not impacting my life. They don't raise insulin. They're not making deals with the Saudis. They're not increasing egg prices. Will Smith has nothing to do with my life, my day-to-day life.
Well,
how are you even making that? How are you even making that comparison?
Well, I should have used some other rich.
Because you don't think enough. You called up this show with this sort of white people are being aggrieved, and you want to come into this space to have a conversation you're not equipped to have, and you won't even admit that you don't know enough to have this conversation.
I know plenty enough, woman.
You don't. You don't. Trust me, you do not.
I certainly do. And here's another thing. The whole.
You didn't even answer my last question. In respect, no, it doesn't matter, Chris, because you're not equipped to have the conversation. You won't admit it because your ego won't let you. Your ego won't let you, Miss Hunter. Your ego won't let you, and it's okay. But please don't call back. And go listen to something else.
Y'all can keep being racist.
We're not racist. You're ignorant. You're ignorant. You're ignorant. You're very ignorant.
No, hold on, you're stupid.
No, I'm not stupid. I have a 138 IQ. I'm far from stupid. You are the one that's ignorant. I'm sorry.
Hey, and when you hear the name Karen, think about what all the black folks call Karen.
I don't care. That doesn't impact me. I'm sorry. I'm very secure in myself. Oh, look at you, obfuscating the conversation because you're ill-equipped to have it. All right. And then he hung up because he's a coward. And that's how that goes. Oh, these people.
Introducing a new podcast. Karen Hunter is awesome.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're going to love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of The Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is Awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. So check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.
Karen Hunter is Awesome, a new podcast from Karen Hunter.